Aloha everyone. Thank you again for making it onto your mat and taking the time for yourself in this practice. So we're just going to start by recognizing the space we're in and the time we're taking for ourselves. So really centering ourselves on our mats. And I will turn around and just look at this view because it's absolutely stunning. And we're just going to come into a state of deep relaxation for ourselves before we go into our practice. So find yourself in a comfortable seat. You can sit on a block or a folded blanket and allow yourself to close your eyes, land the sit bones down on your mat or on your block, and allow yourself to close your eyes. Find your breath and sink in to this moment. Allow your hands and your fingers to just relax here. And let's just take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. We'll do that again. And just keep breathing with yourself, noticing where your breath is coming from. Without any real force or anything at all, just notice how you feel in your body. Notice how you feel in your mind, in your heart, in your emotions. And see if you can start tapping into that real mind-body connection where you're focusing deeply on your breathing. The inhale, bringing it all in, and then slowly exhaling, noticing how it feels to exhale. And then inhaling again, noticing that deep, nourishing inhalation, filling up the lungs with all that air, and then exhaling it out and releasing the tension in your shoulders and your back as you exhale. Relaxing the jaw, relaxing the face, relaxing the eyes. Coming into your deep center. And then maybe here you want to set your intention for your practice. Maybe the intention right now is to completely let go and have no real goal or agenda for being on your mat. Maybe you just want to lay there and enjoy just breathing. And that's completely okay. Sometimes we come onto our mats and we realize, boy, I think I'm just going to take this in just as I am. When you're ready, gently open your eyes and allow your head to just drop to the right. So drop the right ear towards the right shoulder. And allow the shoulders to keep relaxing away from the ears. Take that left arm, send it away from you, so your hand is parallel to your hip, about 1.5 feet away. And just reach out with the tip of your fingers as you send your head to the right. Inhale deeply into the left side of the neck. One more breath. Exhale it out. And then take your right hand, place it on the right temple, and slowly bring your head back up to center. And then we'll switch sides. Slowly drop the left ear towards the left shoulder, keeping the left shoulder away from your head. Trying to relax the shoulders down and away from the ears. And then take that right hand, send it away from you, on the tippy of the fingers. Take an inhale here. And then exhale, relax the neck, relax the jaw, the eyes. Feels so good to pay attention, becoming mindful of the sensations in our bodies. Good. And then slowly bring that left hand on the left temple and bring that head back to center. And then just roll your shoulders back and down. Nice big circles here. Recognizing how it feels in all of the circles. And maybe slowing down the circles and increasing the diameter of the circles. Opening the chest up. Creating space for your heart and your breath. And then switch directions. Good. Throughout your practice, come back to your intention, come back to your breath, come back into your body. And then come back to stillness. And then just drop your chin down towards your chest. Lengthening the spine, sending the sternum up towards the sky as you drop your chin. Notice how it feels along the spine, all the way down to your sit bones when you do that. Relax the head, but keep your spine lengthened and send the shoulders above the hips. Deep breath in. Exhale it out. One more breath. Option here to interlace the fingers behind the head. Draw the elbows together and allow the weight of your hands to send your chin down even closer to the chest without rounding the back. And then slowly release, come back up to center, and then send the chin up towards the sky, creating an opening in the front of the neck. Sending your third eye towards the sky here. You can even take your two first fingers, and just press along the top of the eyebrows, underneath the eyebrows, around the eyes. Particularly if you've been having headaches or sinus issues, just press along the cheekbone. Give yourself a mini kind of massage here. Feeling the energy opening in the third eye area. Relaxing the jaw, massaging the jaw line around the hinge of the jaw. Letting go of any tension you may be holding in your face. And then come back to center. And now we'll find ourselves on our hands and our knees into a tabletop. Open the knees mat width apart, big toes to touch, and then send your hips back into your heels, lengthening the arms forward, dropping the forehead onto your mat. Take a full breath in here, expanding the lower belly. And then exhale, relaxing the chest closer towards your mat. Grounding down, feeling that deep connection that you have with the earth beneath you.
It's important to harness that connection, realizing that we are part of this earth, and we're all interconnected as living beings. And so to recognize that that's something that we can cherish and be mindful about in our everyday lives and as we practice. Send your hips a little closer into your heels as you lengthen your arms a little more forward. Deep breath, and as you expand the belly, send the breath all the way up into the chest, expanding the ribs and the upper back. And exhale, sending the breath out the chest, and then emptying it out at the lower belly. You can have blocks underneath the hands here, if that feels good to you. You can also have a folded blanket behind the knees if it's too much pressure on the knees. Good. When you're ready, come back up slowly. Send that left arm overhead and then weave it underneath the right armpit for thread the needle arms here. You can have your left temple resting on your mat. Deep breath into that left shoulder. And then exhale, relax all of your body down into the earth. Take 3 deep breaths here. Always connect to your breath, allowing maybe the breath to be audible. Oceanic breathing, your ujjayi breathing. Good. On your next inhale, release that arm up towards the sky again. Reach high and then bring it back down onto your mat. Inhale the right arm overhead and then weave it underneath your left armpit. Just relax. Just allow your forehead to completely relax on the mat. Take 3 deep breaths here. Good. On your next inhale, unweave that arm, send it overhead, reach high, and then exhale, lower it down on the mat. And bring your knees underneath your hips, about hip width apart, and we'll come into puppy pose. So reach your arms forward, keeping your knees in line with your hips, so beneath your hips, and just drop your chest towards the mat. And feel that nice stretch in the front line of the body here. Connect your heart to the earth here. Relax your upper back. Allow the stretching in the belly to occur. We're here for a few more breaths. Good. On your next inhale, come back up slowly. Come back into a tabletop. And then start circling your hips. Create nice big circles with your hips. We're gonna start focusing on just opening up the hips even more. We did that in our child's pose, but we're gonna do some more of that now. And being mindful of how you're feeling in your hips as you rotate, as you create big circles here. And then switch directions with your circles. Feels really good. Releasing the tension. Sometimes we hold so much of it in our hips and in our pelvis, in our lower bellies. It's nice to start letting that go a little bit. And then come back to center, keeping your wrists underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. Inhale, look up into a cow. Reach up, tailbone up. Exhale, round your back. Drop the chin to chest. Tailbone down as you draw the belly button into the spine. Inhale up. Press away from the mat with your hands, sending the chest forward. Exhale, round. Do this a few more times with your own breath here. Feeling the spine opening, flexing, and curving. Creating heat. Good. Come back to center, neutral spine. And then tuck the toes, bring the knees together. Tuck the toes, bring the little pinkies forward with your fingers if they're not already there. And we'll come into toe stretch. And we'll just settle here. Toes tucked in. Sit back on your heels. And you can have a block in front of you, your hands settled on a block if that helps you start off in that toe stretch, if it's less intense for you that way. And otherwise, just land your hands on your thighs. Lengthen the spine, so tailbone down, shoulders back and down. Look forward, lift the sternum up, and just recognize how you're feeling in your toes, how you're feeling in your chest. Take a deep breath here. And then exhale it out. Inhale, arms overhead, interlace the fingers, flip the palms up, press them up towards the sky, lift the thumbs up, reach out of both sides of the body. Now keep the shoulders down and away from the ears. Take a deep breath. Exhale it out. And maybe here, take one more deep breath. Exhale. And keep lengthening the spine here. Just breathe, releasing the hands behind you. Interlace the fingers and press the top of the feet down towards the mat as you lift the heart up towards the sky here. Beautiful opening in the front line of the body. Breathe deep in, send the breath down into your toes. Exhale it out. And maybe you want to part your hands away from your lower back a little bit more. And then exhale, release the hands forward on your mat. Untuck the toes and tap, 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 tap the top of the feet down on the mat just to create circulation in the feet again, in the toes. Beautiful. So come on to your sit bones. Reach the legs forward. Maybe pull the skin off of your sit bones a little bit to deeply root down in your mat. And here we're going to settle into this pose here in Dandasana. Hands by your hips, fingers pointing towards your feet. And we'll just create an L shape, Dandasana, staff pose. Roll the shoulders back and down. Press out of the mat with the palm of your hands. Draw the belly button into the spine. Solid core here. Deep inhale as you press out of the mat, lifting up, crown of the head facing towards the sky, flexing the toes. And then exhale it out. Again, inhale, press out of the mat, lengthening the spine, feeling the sit bones rooting down even more. And exhale. Inhale, arms overhead. Reach the arms up. Maybe your biceps slightly past the ears. And keep the chin tucked in instead of sending the chin out forward in front of you. Lengthen the spine. Lengthen the back of the neck. Exhale, interlace the fingers, flip the palms up once more, reach. And as you reach, keep the shoulder blades down your back. Create a nice length in the spine here. And then exhale, flip the palms back, reach forward, reaching to your toes or your shins as you fold forward in your caterpillar here. You can have rolled up towel underneath the knees if that feels better for you. Deep inhale, lengthen the spine as you press this tailbone down towards your mat. And then exhale, fold deeper, leading with the heart. Again, inhale. Exhale. You can also grab the legs underneath the hamstrings if that feels better for you and have a slight bend in the knees. Feel that stretch, breathing into that stretch in the back of the hamstrings. You might feel it in the lower back as well. And let yourself go here. And when you breathe in, expand your belly. And when you breathe out, try and slow your exhalation down. And keep releasing and folding. And it may feel a little tense in the back of the thighs, but allow that opening to happen gradually here. And just slowly start to move your way back up. Just slowly, mindfully walking yourself back up. And bring your soles of the feet on the mat, about hip width apart or mat width apart, and just sway your knees side to side in a windshield wiping movement, really slowly with your hands behind your hips. And just use your breath to move side to side here. Just loosen up the lower back and opening up the hips a little bit. You can even slow it down and notice how it feels in every part of the motion. Great, so let's come on to our hands and our knees. Make sure the wrists are below the shoulders and the knees are below the hips. Extend the right leg out behind you on the ball of the foot and sway forward and back here. Press the heel back. And then lift the leg up parallel to the mat, toes pointing down.
And extend the left arm forward, thumb facing up. Rotate the opposite ankle and wrist here. Big circles with the wrists and the ankle. Really lengthen out of both ends here. And then you can switch directions with your circles. Draw the belly button into the spine here to support your core, to create a strength in your core area. Okay, look directly down at the mat and then lower arm and leg. Extend the left leg out behind you on the ball of the foot, swaying forward and back, pressing the heel back to stretch the calf. And when you're ready, lift that left leg up with the glute, toes pointing down. And extend the right arm forward, thumb facing up. Reach and lift out of the belly. And then rotate the ankle and the wrist. Keep breathing here. And then switch directions with your circles. Just warming up our bodies and also working on our balance here. Reach, 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 and then release leg and hand down on the mat in your tabletop. Tuck your toes and send your hips back into your down dog. Start pedaling the feet here with your breath. Make sure your fingers are wide opened. Nalas by the mat. And just allow the hips to press back and behind you into the back of the mat. And then inhale your heels up, lengthen the back of the thighs, and look between your hands. Make sure the fingers are wide open, knuckles are pressing into the mat. And then exhale, draw the navel towards the thighs. Frame your upper back by drawing the elbows closer into each other. And then really support your core by drawing in the belly button into the spine. Deep breath. And exhale. And allow your hands to press out of the mat as you lengthen the tailbone up and away from you here, creating a flat back in your down dog. Make sure your feet are at least hip-width apart. And deep breath here in your down dog. Maybe send your heels a little closer down to your mat as you exhale. Then inhale, bend the knees, look forward, step to the front of the mat. Inhale into a half lift, hands to shins. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, inhale, reach all the way up, hands overhead. And exhale, hands to heart. We'll do this again here. Really feel your Tadasana. Feel the feet planted firmly into the mat, connected to the earth. Allow your arms along your sides here, palms facing forward. Reach out of the sternum, tailbone down towards your mat. Strong core here. Shoulders back and down, chin level with the mat here. Strong mountain pose. Inhale, arms overhead, palms together, reach. And then exhale, crescent moon to the right. So send your indexes towards the right. Open up that left side of the body here. Deep breath into the left side of the ribs. And then inhale back to center, exhale to the other side. Breathe into the right side of the body, expanding the ribs, feeling the stretch happening all the way down the hip, down the outer edge of your thigh. And then inhale back to center, exhale to the right again. Press that left hip out towards the left as you send your arms to the right. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left.
Try and keep your hips facing the front. Inhale back to center. And then exhale into a small back bend by sending your arms behind you. Keep your neck relaxed. You can look up or directly forward. Press your pubic bone forward here. And then really activate those arms. And then exhale, hands to heart. And bring your arms down along your sides. And inhale them overhead again. And exhale, fold. Fold deeper here. Inhale, half lift, extend the crown forward. Plant the hands, step back into your high plank, lower the knees down, and slowly lower all the way down onto your belly with your elbows along your ribs. Lengthen the legs, untuck the toes, press the top of the feet into the mat. Inhale into your baby cobra. And exhale, lower down onto the mat. Inhale, press yourself up into a tabletop. Tuck toes, exhale into your down dog here. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, heels down towards the mat. Inhale, heels up, bend the knees. Hop or step to the front of the mat. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, hands overhead. Exhale them to the right. Coming into a crescent moon here. Inhale back to center. Exhale them to the left. Again. Inhale back to center. Exhale them to the right, maybe a little deeper this time. Breathe into that left side. Inhale back to center. Exhale them to the left. Beautiful crescent on your right side. Inhale back to center. Exhale into your small back bend here. Reach a little bit further behind you. Index is pointing back. Sending the front line of the body towards the front of the mat. And then exhale, fold here. Bend the knees, hold opposite elbows, and just allow yourself to hang here in ragdoll. And just sway maybe side to side. Allow your legs to support you as you let your back stretch here. Allow the gravity to pull down onto your spine, creating space between each vertebrae. Just gently swaying side to side. Relax the neck, relax the head and the jaw. Good. Come back to center, release the hands, inhale, half lift. So come into your flat back and exhale, fold a little deeper. Inhale, come all the way up, hands overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bend the knees, step back into high plank. Lower the knees down, lower slowly for 4, 3, 2, 1. Untuck the toes, reach them back. Inhale, baby cobra, squeeze the shoulder blades. Look down on the mat. Exhale, lower. Inhale, press yourself into a tabletop, tuck your toes. Exhale, down dog. Pedal the feet here. And just being mindful of how it feels in your calves when you're pedaling the feet. Reach the hips back and away from you, lengthening the spine. Inhale the right leg above you into three-legged dog, toes pointing down towards the mat. Press out of that back heel. Press out of the mat with all of your hands. And then exhale, draw the knee into the chest and gently step it between the hands. Lower the back knee, untuck the toes. Come into your low lunge here. Inhale, reach the heart forward, lengthening the spine here. Pressing the left hip forward and the right hip back to create a deeper opening in the left front hip flexor. You can bring your hands onto your right thigh to bring yourself up. And really send your hips forward towards the front of the mat, so they're leveling with the front of the mat here. If your hands are on your thighs, allow your shoulders to roll back and down, creating a nice opening in the front line of the body. That creates a deeper sense of opening in the hip. Inhale, your arms overhead. Exhale, grab your left wrist with the right hand and slightly tug it to the right here. Keeping the lower body exactly as it was. So your hips are still active, your core is still active, but you're just deeply opening your left side. And you can feel this more deeply in that left hip. Come back to center, interlace the fingers, point the index back for a deeper back bend here, really creating an opening. Option here to drop that right hand down on the left thigh and send the left arm overhead for a twist here. A low lunge twist. Relax the chest and then exhale, windmill your hands back to frame the front foot. And then send your hips back for half splits. You can have blocks here if it helps support you beneath each hand. Inhale, slightly come out of that fold, and then exhale, fold more deeply. And keep that right foot flexed towards you to deepen the stretch in that right hamstring. Deep breathing here. And then bend the front knee, walk the hands forward into your low lunge again. Bring the right hand inside of the right foot. Heel toe the right foot to the edge of your mat, and then maybe open the knee up, coming onto the outer edge of your right foot. Option here to bring your forearms down on the mat or on blocks. And it's a different version of the low lunge, creating a different opening in that right hip. This is optional here. Inhale, hands back on the mat, heel toe your foot back to center, and once again, send that right knee back to meet the left and press yourself up into your down dog. Take a deep breath in, heels up. Exhale, heels down. Good. Flat back here. Really reach the hips back behind you. Inhale, roll yourself into your high plank. And option to lower down halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, press up into your up dog. Tuck toes, exhale, down dog. You can stay on the knees if that's better for you. Inhale the left leg above you into three-legged dog, toes pointing down at your mat. Press out of that left heel all the way back. Nice line of energy from the heel all the way to your fingertips here. Keep that right leg activated. Exhale, left knee to chest, step between the hands, lower the back knee, untuck the toes. Inhale, reach the chest forward, and then exhale here into your low lunge. Really breathe deeply here. Feel the right hip flexor opening, the front of the right hip. Nice low lunge here. And slowly, when you're ready, just bring your hands onto your left thigh to prop yourself up. Send the right hip forward and the left hip back to level out your hips, facing the front of the mat. Open up the chest here. Lift the sternum up and draw the belly button into the spine. You're still active in the core. And allow the shoulders to fall down and away from the ears here to lengthen the spine in your low lunge. Inhale, arms overhead, reach up, and then grab your right wrist with the left, slightly tugging to the left here to open your right side. Inhale into the right ribs. And then exhale, maybe a little deeper. Making sure your shoulders are still open. They're not Crouching forward, slumping forward here. Good. Inhale back to center. Point the index back for a little back bend, opening the front line of the body. Send the heart towards the sky here. Option to drop that left arm onto the back thigh, reaching the right arm overhead into a twist. Good. Breathing deeply. Inhale back to center. Exhale, hands framing the front foot. Send your hips back for half splits. So flex those left toes towards you. You can readjust yourself however needed here, right? The thing you want to try and avoid is sending your hips all the way back down towards the heel. Try and keep your right knee below your hip, your right hip. Deep inhale, and then exhale, fold. And then bend the front knee, walk the hands forward, bring the left hand inside the left foot, heel till the left foot towards the edge of your mat. Drop the left knee opened. And you can have your left foot onto its outer edge, and then option here to come down onto the forearms. Maybe your forearms are on a block here. If you want to go even deeper, you can wrap your left arm underneath and over the left leg. And just breathe here, trying to keep a length in the spine. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, walk yourself back up, and then send the left knee back to meet the right and come into your down dog. Deep inhale. Exhale here, making sure your feet are hip width apart. Maybe your heels are a little closer towards the mat here. Notice your evolution in your practice. Notice if you're breathing more deeply and more slowly here. Just keep relaxing the neck in your down dog. Inhale the right leg above you into three-legged dog once more. Exhale, right knee to right elbow, and then drop the knee down into your pigeon here. So you can look back at your left leg, make sure it's straight behind you, and stay on your hands here for a bit, lengthening the spine, opening the front line of the body. You can have a block or a folded blanket underneath the left hip if you need support. And then start lowering down, leading with the heart. Maybe you want to lower down on forearms or on a block or directly down onto your mat. You can relax your forehead on stacked fists or a block here. And then just focus on the lower body. Deep inhale into the hips here. Send the breath in the hips to expand, creating space in the hip joints. And then exhale, release your chest down closer towards the mat, relaxing your shoulders and your neck. Inhale into the upper back. Exhale, relax your jaw. Inhale into the lower back. Exhale, release all of your weight. Inhale into the right hip. Exhale, relax your fingers and your hands. Deep inhale into the lower belly. Relax your forehead. And then inhale, press yourself up, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and then press yourself back up into three-legged dog. Bend the right knee, stack the hips. And then rotate that knee in circles here to open that hip up, to create space in the front line of the body, and then switch directions with your circles in your three-legged dog here. And then exhale, lower the leg back down, come into your high plank, lower all the way down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, tuck toes, exhale, down dog. Good. And just breathe into the calves, into the back of the thighs here. Inhale the left leg above you into three-legged dog. Reach it high. Exhale, draw the knee in to the left elbow. Turn your shin to the right and come into your pigeon on this side. And you can lengthen the chest first. And then whenever you're ready, just start lowering down onto your forearms and relax in your pigeon. Deep inhale into the left hip here. Exhale, relax your chest. Inhale into the upper back. Exhale, relax your neck. Inhale into both hips. Exhale, relax the muscles around your hip joints. And just breathe here, listening to your breath. Feeling a deeper sense of connection with your breath, giving you freedom to breathe, space to be. The time to relax and to accept being in this moment right now. Send your breath up as you inhale. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, sweep that left leg back behind you in three-legged dog. Bend the top knee, stack the hips. Rotate the top knee, big circles as if you're drawing circles in the sky. Big circles, and then switch directions with your circles here. Keep breathing here. Notice the quality of your breath as you're doing this. And then come back to center, reach that leg high, and then bring it back down to meet the right, and then lower the knees down. And we'll come and we'll settle our hips onto our heels, hands on thighs, and we're just going to take a minute to take a deep breath here. We're going to prepare ourselves for camel. But you just notice how you feel in your heart center here. Maybe closing the eyes, relaxing the jaw, relaxing the hips down deeper into the heels. And then bring yourself up onto the knees. Okay. And you can have your toes tucked in here or your feet flat, whatever it is that feels most comfortable to you here. And we'll send our arms overhead, reach them high. And then exhale them back down, placing your hands onto the lower back, just above the buttocks here to support your back. And then start sending the chest forward and the elbows back behind you towards each other. So the elbows are coming towards each other. And then press the pubic bone forward, keeping the hip in line with the knee here. Try to keep your body directly above the knees. As you open the front line, open the chest, and then maybe here you want to bring your hands onto the heels, keeping the body where it is. You may choose to keep your hands on your lower back if that feels good. And then keep opening the front line of the body here. Reach it high. And then slowly bring your hands back to your lower back. Slowly untucking the toes, sitting your hips back onto the heels and bringing your hands onto your thighs, closing the eyes. Deep breath here. Very active pose, camel pose, really activates our metabolism and awakens our bodies. And then exhale, release all of that energy. And then we'll come onto our buttocks and slowly lower down onto our backs. Tuck the knees into the chest, draw the knees in. Give yourself a hug here. Maybe swaying side to side to give your lower back a massage. And then we'll open our hands out into a T. Draw the knees up to a 90-degree angle. Send the left leg around the right and then drop the knees to the right for your supine twist. You can have a block underneath that right leg or that knee if you need support. But allow the twist to happen here, breathing into that left side. Maybe you want to look to the left and just allow the left shoulder to relax down towards the mat. Deep breath, expanding the ribs. Exhale, relax the tension in the hips here. Full relaxation. Inhale into the chest. Exhale, relax the eyes and the jaw. Deep breath into that left side. And exhale, unbind that top leg, send the knees up and draw them into the chest. Give yourself another hug here. Notice if you're relaxed in your belly when you're breathing in. Exhale, relax the back of the head and the neck and the shoulders into the mat. Once again, send that right leg above the left, come into a bind, and then drop the knees to the left for your supine twist. You may choose to look towards the right here. Allow your upper back, the shoulder blades to relax down on the mat. Notice if you're holding any tension in the hips. If this bind is not comfortable for you, you can always just stack the legs one on top of each other. You can even place a block between the thighs as you twist. Just you can experiment with your body and just let go here. What is it in this moment that you feel you can fully enjoy with yourself? And unbind the top leg, draw the knees back to center, and then just allow your knees to fall open, holding onto each shin. Breathe deeply into the lower pelvis. And completely let go of anything you may be holding in the chest area. Bring your arms inside the thighs. Either hold on to the shins or the outer edges of your feet and come into your happy baby. So draw the thighs down towards the mat while keeping the tailbone towards the mat. So keeping the lower back down on the mat and keeping the toes flexed towards the knees. So this is an active pose. You can sway side to side here. You can open your legs out into a V, so straighten out your legs or one leg at a time. Whatever feels intuitive to you, what you want to explore with your body, what feels good. Deep breath into the lower belly here as you explore your happy baby. Relaxing your neck. Bring the soles of the feet together and then lower the feet down onto the mat into an supine butterfly pose, so a Supta Baddha Konasana. And if it feels good to you, you can always slip a block underneath the sacrum for a deeper opening of the front line of the body. You can extend the arms overhead. And take a really deep breath in here. And fully exhale it all out. All the way emptying it out. Again, take a deep breath in. Feeling all the micro sensations in your body. Maybe some tingling. Maybe just some general comfort. Feeling a sense of ease in the body. You can place your hands on your lower belly, framing the belly button. And you can breathe in here as your hands part from each other, expanding the lower belly. And then exhaling, bringing the hands back in closer towards each other as your belly fully deflates. Relax the outer hips and the inner thighs. Recognizing your body as being your paintbrush in your life. The canvas is your life. Your body is not the focus of your life, neither is it the focus of your practice, but we are contained within a body, within a tool, and the tool is our paintbrush, and we can use that tool to create things we want in our lives. Bring your hands on the outside of the thighs, draw the knees in closely, heel toe your feet out, and then just collapse the knees inwards towards each other. This allows an internal rotation of the hips. Deep breath into the lower belly. Exhale, relax your heart and relax your shoulder blades. And when you're ready, just extend the arms and legs out. You can give yourself a big stretch if you'd like, pointing the toes, pointing the fingers, or simply just allowing yourself to completely relax into your final Shavasana here. And just allow the jaw to part open. Relax the eyes in the sockets. Feel your ears just relaxing, being pulled down towards the earth. Your fingers gently curling in. Relaxing your knees, your toes. Staying here as long as you need to. Mahalo nui loa for joining me in your practice today. Namaste.